Anytime I have this much free space in front of my table when I'm setting up at a con, I utilize it. So we have 8 feet of space. We have an 8-foot, just kidding. We have 10 feet of space. We have an 8-foot table within a 10-foot space. It's 6 feet deep. This table is 2.5 feet deep, I think. So, as you'll notice, I don't have any big prints. None at all. So what I'm doing is putting up mini prints. I have a little tiered shelf display thing that I'm going to put right here in the corner, and it's going to be full of mini prints. I'm going to put up cute signage here. That light's going to turn on, obviously. Eat-a bags are going to go there. Eat-a bag sign is going to go there. We're still setting up shelving. Sticker books going in there, obviously. Unfortunately, this is my view. I am quite literally facing a wall. So that kind of sucks. But you know what? That means there's no competition on the other side. Look at these little guys. They're so small. They are 5 by 7. So as I mentioned earlier, I do not have my large prints. I have mini prints now. My large prints, as I've stated in previous Artist LA vlogs, they just don't sell. They're not selling. So I decided to go small. This is going to be the first con that I've had these small prints at. So I guess we'll see how they do. I have quite a bit of empty space, as you can see. So I made a new little sign of Kino. My little Live 2D model. Extra price signs just in case people can't see that one. Oh, I have to put a price sign on the sticker books. Oops. I'll do that later. Easy price signs here. Also easy access price signs on the coffin buttons as well. I don't know if I like this space here. I don't really know how to fill it. But there's signage here. Obviously shirts across the top. I think it looks nice. Eat-a bags with a ton of empty space around them. I made these little like emote signs from my channel to kind of just put around to fill up the empty space, but they don't fill up as much empty space as I thought they would, so it still looks pretty barren. Wallets, bag and wallet sign, beanies, more empty space kind of, but it's fine. So yeah, this is what an 8-foot table looks like with no big prints and just grid cubes. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. I'm pretty happy about how the mini prints look. It's very clean, but I know it's not going to stay this way because these prints kind of overlap a little bit when people pick them up and then put them back. I'm sure they're not going to put them back the way that they were. So I do expect it to get a little messy. I am part of 4 stamp rallies this con. I'm part of a Moodang stamp rally with this little cute crocheted plush as one of the prizes. I'm part of an Arcane stamp rally, a spooky cute stamp rally, and I'm also part of a VTuber stamp rally. That card will go here. I don't have the cards yet, but I will soon, hopefully. I'm really happy with how this corner of the booth always looks. It's nice and full, lots of self-serve goodies. I think it looks nice. Okay, time for a behind the booth tour. We've got apparel, restock, beanies, enamel pins, restock of sticker sheets and stickers in the back there, more enamel pins, gift bags, Daft Punk stickers, which are not on display, so if anyone likes Daft Punk and wants stickers, I can show them those. Extra stamp cards. We've got eat-a-bag inserts, lanyards. Over here on this little luggage table, we've got mini charms, more enamel pins, charms over there, and then a trash can. Oh, I've also got bat wallets scooched up all the way up front. So if anyone wants a bat wallet, I'll have to really reach pretty far in the back there. But it'll be fine. What a beautiful view. Also, if anyone wants a print sleeve for their mini prints, because the mini prints are not pre-sleeved, if anyone wants a sleeve for them, I do have sleeves. Okay, friends. Wow, what a Friday. Friday. Starting off with prints, naturally. I sold 7. Now, I am debuting my mini prints this con. I am no longer stocking 11 by 17 prints. I'm only going to be stocking 5 by 7s. They take up so much less space. They're cheaper. Well, I get a different card stock than my 11 by 17 prints, so technically they cost about the same for me to produce. So the margins are about the same for me, but they're cheaper for people to buy, so they're not making such a big investment on a piece of paper. I guess I'm a little disappointed that I only sold 7 prints yesterday, but I can't complain because my prints, I don't have like a print wall. It's only self-serve, so they're only on the shelf. So I don't have like an eye-catching print display, really. So I think that might be a problem. But I didn't really have the room for a print display at this show, so that's okay. That's fine. I'm happy with 7. I'll take 7. Just kidding. It was 8 because Moira wasn't written down on here. I sold 8 prints. Yay! Coffin buttons, I sold 63. That's pretty good for a Friday. Pretty solid. Charms, I sold 36. That includes regular size charms and mini charms. Also pretty good for a Friday. Enamel pins, I sold 35. Jinx was my best seller for my enamel pins. I sold 5 of her. Right. Lanyards, I sold 2. Just 2. And they were both my gold eye lanyard. Sticker sheets, I sold 20. Surprisingly, my most popular sticker sheet was my Witchy Kitty sticker sheet. That's pretty fun. Single stickers, okay, this is so cool for me. I don't really sell a ton of stickers. The most I ever sold was at Sakuracon, I think. And I sold like 100 and something, 150 or something like that. Yesterday, I sold 88 stickers. That's so many for me. I know some people sell way more than that every single day. I know people that sell hundreds of stickers, but for me, 88 stickers on a Friday, that's awesome. So, pretty happy with that. Oh, also, funny enough, I sold all 5 of my cat sticker books that I brought. The sticker books were a last minute addition. I realized that I would have room to display them and to bring them with us. So we brought some, 5 of each, and I sold all 5 yesterday. So pretty funny. I shipped a box of coffin eat bags to my hotel. 3 black matte, 2 pink, 1 patent. I sold all 3 black matte and the patent, so I sold 4 coffin bags yesterday. I didn't sell a single pink, so the only 2 coffin bags that I have left are the 2 pink ones. So if anyone wants some today, they're gonna have to get them shipped. If I had known this con was gonna pop off like this, I would have shipped 2 boxes. But it was such an unknown for me because last year the artist alley was it wasn't great because it was split between 2 halls and people were really confused where the artist alley was, I guess. But this year they consolidated the artist alley. They actually got rid of like 150 tables this year. And the artist alley is confined to just 1 exhibit hall. So I think that's really helping. Apparel did really well yesterday. I sold 18 button-up shirts yesterday. That's cool. For a Friday, there are some shows that I do where I don't even sell 18 across all 3 days. Oh look, the light just turned off. Oh my God, it's so much brighter in here. I should have waited to start vlogging until the lights were on. Anyway, do you guys want to see my haul?
Ladies and gentlemen, I need a favor of all of you. We need to actually leave side of the building because there was a fire in the Cheesecake Factory across the street. So for safety, we've been asked to please leave the artist alley until the fire department releases it.
You guys heard that, right?
I'm very sorry for this inconvenience.
The Cheesecake Factory across the street is on fire. Great. Fantastic.
Who burnt the cheesecake?
All right, well, I guess we're leaving. All right, let's go. Goodbye, booth, for now. Who burnt the cheesecakes?
Smell it?
No, I don't.
Smell it?
I don't smell that. Oh wait, I smell it now. Yeah, I smell it now. It smells like smoke.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm definitely smelling it now. Wait, oh my God. You can see smoke. Y'all see that? Jesus Christ.
We'll have staff here, but don't right now.
Photos. Let's get you out of the smoke.
Smoke.
Fun. Great. Neat.
Jess, can you text Mimi and tell her that we can't go in yet?
I messaged her already.
Oh, okay.
It's like when you have a fire drill at school and you have to go out in front of the school and wait for like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, drill.
Well, but it's real this time, I guess.
We were at Katsu. Can we not?
Should I go downstairs and get footage of the smoke?
Ooh, yeah.
This is giving Sakuracon right now. We had to evacuate Katsu's dealer hall because there was really bad smelling water raining down from the ceiling that at first everyone thought was sewage because it literally smelled so bad. It literally smelled like sewage. Luckily, it was not sewage. It was just really bad smelling water. But this is now the second convention this year in 2 months that we've had to evacuate the hall because of some shit that's happening. So I really hope that this doesn't really cut into the hours, like the selling hours of the hall. I'm gonna be so upset if it does, because yesterday was literally so good. So I'm really scared for what that means today.
I think the cheesecake's done.
Not have an ETA for when this is going to be opening, so they are asking us to return to the rest of the show for the moment. Thank you.
Well, I'm an artist, so I'm staying here.
I'm waiting.
As close to the stuff as we can be.
This is going to be another instance where people talk about the fire at Sakuracon, but they're not going to talk about the fact that it was from the Cheesecake Factory. They're just going to say it was in Sakuracon. I absolutely know that that's going to happen. Just like with Katsucon and shit raining down from the ceiling, it's just going to get out of hand. What did she say? Did you hear her?
Something about going to, she was like, it's my understanding that the fire is not spreading. There's a smoke still coming in. I'm like, this is where the rumors started, where someone's like, she said the fire is spreading.
She said the fire is spreading. You just say it too loudly and someone overhears and they're like, wait, the fire's spreading? The fire's spreading?
I heard someone say the fire's spreading.
I heard someone say the fire was getting bigger.
Did you guys hear that? Is it warm in here?
Unfortunately, because of the fire
At the Cheesecake Factory, Artist Alley is currently filled with a lot of smoke. It is currently not safe for folks to be in there as of right now. Artist Alley is going to be delayed in opening. We are doing building inspections and making sure we get as much of the smoke out as possible before we can let anybody back in there. Once we are able to let folks back in there, my staff will go in, make sure everything's set up and good. We will then let artists in to continue set up. We will post additional information on our socials about hours. We're looking into potentially extending hours. I have no promises. We'll be talking to artists as soon as we have any updates. Please bear with us. It's an evolving situation, and we're working very closely with the Seattle Convention Center to make sure that we're doing everything to keep our staff, our attendees safe, your goods safe, make sure everybody is, as safe as possible. And that's kind of where we're at right now. If you have any very specific questions that, I have not already addressed, please come let me know. My staff are kind of around for other generic Artist Alley questions, but we're also kind of all in the same boat, so please bear with us. Please be patient. Please be nice to Convention Center staff. They're doing their best as well. SFD is doing amazing right now. We're just kind of trying to work through the situation. Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you heard that, but one of the heads for the Artist Alley said that apparently because of the smoke, because of the ventilation, the Artist Alley is currently filled with smoke, so it is not safe to be in there right now. And she said that we might be waiting a while for it to open. She said there is talk of extending the hours tonight, so it should go past 6 p.m., but there's obviously no guarantees for that. She said that they're going to go around and talk to artists as soon as possible, but as far as she knows, that's really all the update that they can give us. There's a lot of uncertainty right now with when the Artist Alley is going to be able to open again. So until then, we're just going to sit here. We're just going to chill. Hopefully it opens sooner than later, but honestly, it's probably going to be like another hour for the smoke to dissipate, if I had to guess. So I guess we'll see. Cheeky little update. We've been sitting at this little table for 2 hours now. Someone finally mentioned in the Discord that apparently not at this side of the Sky Bridge, but at another side of the Sky Bridge, staff is telling people that Artist Alley will be let in an hour or like around 1. It's 12:39 right now, so in about 20 minutes artists will be let in apparently. We'll see if that's true or not.
People are probably waiting.
So it was a rogue staff member saying that Artist Alley was going to be opening at 1 p.m. Someone started asking artists to line up, but there's no reason for artists to line up because the hall isn't open yet. So that staff member has been talked to, and that's the update.
Yeah, they're handy dandy.
I have a wooden one. I feel like it's very
So apparently the firefighters are saying that the fire at the Cheesecake Factory was an electrical fire, apparently. And they're saying that the firefighters are going through every electrical line in the building to make sure there's no spark so that another fire doesn't happen. I don't know how true this is, but that's what someone in the Discord said, that staff said, I guess. So that's the update. It still smells like smoke in here. It is 2:36 p.m. I literally just sat down back at my booth. They're giving us 30 minutes to set up before Artist Alley opens at 3 p.m. That's how much time we have. We have been sitting around for the better part of 5 hours waiting for this hall to open. Someone said that a staff said that a firefighter said it was an electrical fire, so they were coming through checking for sparks or something. I don't really know what that's all about, but we saw a posse of firemen or fire units, I guess, leaving the hall, and then the doors proceeded to open and everybody flooded in. So that's where we're at now. We're gonna finish restocking self-serve stuff. I think prints are the only thing left that we have to stock. Other than that, I'm just gonna do a little bit of reorganizing behind the booth before getting settled in. But yeah, hopefully the show gets extended hours today, because that's a lot of time lost of sales on what is supposed to be the busiest day. So it's a little disheartening.
Factory.
R.I.P. Cheesecake Factory. Hopefully no fire today, right?
Yes, we have a promise from the Cheesecake Factory. You know, last night there was a leak. I think they
Yeah,
gas
it's still taped off on the corner. This is where we sat for 4.5 hours yesterday, and it is where we will sit again for another 10 minutes until the hall opens. The stamp rallies have been going okay. Most people seem to grab the Arcane stamp rally and the Mudang stamp rally. However, for some reason, nobody wants to join the VTuber rally, and the Spooky Cute rally is also kind of hard to puddle. So, I don't know, people just... There's probably a stamp rally fatigue at this con. Honestly, there's so many rallies here. Coffin buttons are doing pretty well, relatively well. Silco sold out. Only got a couple of Victors left. Jace is following behind him pretty closely. Anya is doing well out of the mouth-washing designs. Oh, and Trans sold out. Trans Gay and Tired. So we have 2 sold out button designs. We sold exactly 1 beanie yesterday. It was an EP. All the Eda bags that I brought with me to the con have sold out. We finally sold both pink bags yesterday. So it's nice that there's nothing to have to ship back home. Okay, friends, today is day 3. Yesterday, Saturday, after all the hubbub, we were finally let into the hall at 2:30. The hall opened to the public at 3, and the initial rush from like 3 to 4:30 was insane. It was pretty crazy. It was basically nonstop for like an hour and a half straight. Well, probably more like 2 hours straight. So let's review the counts and see what we did yesterday. For prints, I sold 13 mini prints. That's 5 more than Friday. For buttons, I actually sold fewer buttons yesterday than I sold on Friday. I only sold 58 coffin buttons. Charms, I sold 48, and I sold out of a couple designs. I sold 3 Daft Punk shaker charms, but I only brought 3, so completely sold out of those. And then for my Stargate SU1 charms, I only brought 3 of each, of Jack, Sam, Daniel, and Teal'c. And I sold all 3 of every design yesterday, basically within like an hour of each other, I think, maybe like 2 hours of each other. One person bought all 4, and then they brought their friend back and she bought all 4. And then like an hour later, someone came by and asked me if I had Stargate Atlantis stuff, which was a fun conversation. And then she bought all 4. So that was fun, getting to meet some fellow Stargate fans. I sold 58 enamel pins yesterday. That is 23 more than Friday. My best seller was, I sold 5 Jinx. I actually sold out of Jinx. Jinx is now sold out. I sold 5 Jinx, 5 Victor, 6 Silco. Oh my God. Okay, Silco was my best seller. I sold 6 of him. Lanyards, I sold 6. Sticker sheets, I sold 21. That's only 1 more than Friday, so they were about on par with each other. My best seller for sticker sheets yesterday was Moodang. I sold 7 of her. Single stickers, I did not sell as many single stickers yesterday as I sold on Friday. I only sold 66. So that's 22 less than Friday. But my best seller was surprisingly Senshi. This guy, this design is so temperamental. Sometimes I will sell out of him at a con, and sometimes he won't sell a single copy. I sold 5 of my cool plaster set yesterday. 2 bat plasters, 1 pink set, no Witchy Kitty plasters. I sold 2 of my Has-Been Hotel sticker books, 3 spooky sticker books, and only 1 mystery cat bag. It's crazy, the mystery bags just aren't selling like they were when I first introduced them. Very strange. For coffin bags, we sold, let's see here. We sold 6 coffin bags yesterday, 5 black ones and 1 pink one. For apparel, we sold 16 button-up shirts yesterday. That's 2 less than Friday. Still pretty good, all things considered, with the haul opening up at 3. The haul was supposed to close at 6 yesterday, but they extended the hours till 9. So it really died off after 6. I would say after the initial rush, it was like really good for like 2.5 hours. And then it just consistently got more slow as every hour passed by, which was kind of expected, but I didn't realize how slow it would be from 6 to 9. So that kind of sucks. But hey, at least they were willing to open up the haul later for us, which is nice. Give us a chance to recoup some of our costs from the missing hours in the morning. So some hours are better than no hours, I would say. And then today, we're actually opening up at 9 a.m. The original hours were 10 to 5, 4 or 5. I don't remember if we're ending at 4 or 5 today, but we were supposed to open up at 10 a.m. today, but yesterday they announced that we were opening at 9. So we got here at 8, time to restock, time to do a little vlogging, and maybe a little bit of time to walk around the artist alley, explore a little bit, say hi to friends, things like that. There was a gas leak last night. Someone said it was at the Hyatt, which is like a block away from the Arch, the convention center. It's been taken care of. The block was sectioned off with caution tape, but one side of the block was, the caution tape was like broken. It was on the floor, so people were just walking over it, but we didn't know if we were supposed to walk through it or not, so we went around the Sheraton. We just completely bypassed it because we didn't want to get in trouble or anything. But there were plenty of people walking through, so we could have just walked through ourselves. Not that it really mattered because we got here early enough that we had to wait around anyway for them to let us into the hall because they wouldn't let us in until 8. So it's whatever. I was really worried that the gas leak would affect ours again this morning, but thank God it's been taken care of. We were joking about collecting all of the elements from conventions. At Sakuracon, it was water. And then at this show, it was actually 3 elements. On Friday, there was a 2.4 magnitude earthquake that apparently some people felt. I did not, but there was an earthquake. And then the fire happened at the Cheesecake Factory, and then the gas leak last night, early this morning. So that is fire, air, and earth. So that's all the elements, folks. I've collected them all. I am now legally the Avatar. I don't make the rules. I'm really tired. Yesterday was such a long day, and I guess I didn't need to wake up at 6:30 this morning. I probably could have woken up at like 7, honestly. But I just wanted to make sure that I had time to get here because I wasn't sure if the whole block was gonna be like totally barricaded and you couldn't go within like Anyway, I'm gonna do the show. One last hurrah, one more day. Hopefully I can get more people to join the stamp rallies that I'm a part of. It's such a shame that we have so many prizes left over for basically all of the stamp rallies. There's just, guys, there's so many rallies at this con, and with the reduced hours yesterday and reduced foot traffic, I really feel like these rallies would have done better had we opened at a normal time, but gosh, people just don't want to join a rally so late in the con. But I'm gonna try to push them today. There are plenty of people that can do a rally in like an hour. If they speed run it, they can totally do the rally really quickly. But it takes a little bit of dedication, and it takes knowing your way around the hall, because some people don't even know where they are when they're standing in front of my booth. They're like, what booth is this? And I'm like, well, there are signs everywhere. Some of them can be a little obscured, but you can see my sign. It's up there. I was really hoping to sell more mini prints this weekend. I thought surely the mini prints will move more than my large prints did, because they're cheaper, they're smaller, they're easier to travel with. This just goes to show that I am not a print artist. This is really solidifying that for me. Honestly, I'm glad that I scaled down anyway, because that's less weight in my carry-on. They take up less room on the table. Honestly, it kind of gives me a chance to spruce up my display a little bit. This is the first con that I've been to with these mini prints, so of course I didn't really know what to do with the grids behind the display. I tried putting like signage behind it to kind of take up some space, but there's still so much empty space behind the display. There's so much that I could do with that space. There's a lot of potential there. So I think that's gonna take a little bit of redesigning of my booth, especially since I don't have the diagonal displays anymore. I might still do the diagonal displays, but I'm still deciding on what would be the best approach for that. I thought maybe I could do like a step in the cubes. So like this should work for any 6 foot by 2 foot table. Like if 2 foot is the skinniest table that I get, it should work. If I had like a section in front of my table for all the self-serve things, like all the stickers, the sticker sheets, all of my coffin buttons, and then the grid cubes would go up 1 cube, and then there would be a secondary shelf for a diagonal display, and then I could have the regular grid wall behind that. So it would be like the table, the grid, another grid, and then the wall. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. We'll see. We'll see what happens at my next show. Anyway, I'm gonna do the show today. We're gonna pack up and we're gonna chill at the hotel for the evening. Maybe go find some yummy food. I will update you later. I can see why people would want to use these tables. These are nice little standing tables. The hall is closing in like 20 minutes, but I'm just chilling from outside of my table because I am a little overstimulated. Having 2 helpers this weekend has been really fun. My cousin Mimi took a bus up from Oregon, where she lives, to hang out with me this weekend and kind of help around as well. And it's been really fun having her here, but having 2 helpers behind the booth is really stressful for me because it's really cramped, and I don't like having more than 2 people behind the booth at any one time. So if they were both gonna be there, I had to leave. I couldn't sit there, I couldn't. So what I did was I actually had a nice little jaunt around Artist Alley. I was able to say hi to some people, check out the Artist Alley. For the most part, I pretty much covered like half of it on Friday, and then today I covered the other half. It was a nice little break from work. But yeah, I just, with only 15-20 minutes left of the Artist Alley, I can't. Dude, I'm so ready to be done. I just want this con to end. It's been a great con, don't get me wrong. Having 2 helpers is so stressful for some reason. Okay, friends, while I wait for my friend to get back to me on whether or not we're going to dinner tonight, I figured I'd go over counts for today. So I ended up counting everything up, and this con is ranking based on my gross sales. This con ended up being my third best con of all time. My first being Katsucon, my second being TwitchCon San Diego. So Sakuracon, big number 3. That's pretty cool. Prints, I sold 8. That's it. Just 8. Oh, you know what? I should do totals. That brings us to 29 prints for the weekend. Coffin buttons today, I sold 46. Total brings us to 130. Not bad. Charms are a big one. I sold a lot of charms at this con. I sold 146 charms. Oh my God, that's more than coffin buttons. Have I done that before? I don't know, but that's pretty cool. 146 charms, that's a lot for me. Wait, did I say what? I sold 62 charms today. That's how much I sold today. For a total of 146 for the weekend. Enamel pins, I sold 34. That is the least amount of enamel pins from the weekend. But total, that's 127. Wow. Go me. Lanyards, I sold 6. Again, so that's 14 total. 14 lanyards, let's go. Sticker sheets, I sold 12. That's the lowest amount for the weekend. In total, that puts us at 53. Single stickers, I sold 78. That's, for the whole weekend, 232 stickers. What can I say? That's a lot of stickers. My best sellers for this weekend were definitely my Arcadia vessel, my cat sticker that says, "The horrors persist, but so do I." And surprisingly, my other cat sticker that says Target acquired. A lot of people liked that one this show. Oh, also cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll popped off this weekend. My little, I call them my sandwiches because they're Sanrio witches. But to be legally distinct, I call them my sandwiches. For coffin bags, I sold 6 today. I sold another 5 black matte coffin bags. Those are post-con shipping orders. And then I sold a patent black bag. That's another post-con shipping order. I sold a couple of plasters here and there and a couple more sticker books. In fact, out of all the sticker books I brought, I think I brought 20 because I brought 5 of each design, and I have 4 designs. I have 2 left, which means I sold 18 sticker books. That's a lot, which is great because that means a lot less weight to fly home with. And then last but not least, for apparel, today was the best day for apparel. I sold 20 button-up shirts. Total that puts me at 54. Wow, 54 button-up shirts. I think is that more than TwitchCon? I'd have to look at, I'd have to compare my counts. But I think that's up there with TwitchCon, because I remember TwitchCon being a really big apparel con. I sold out of like everything. And at this show, I sold out of quite a bit, and I had to do a bunch of post-con shipping orders. We almost filled up both sides of the page. So that's like 26 slots, 26 post-con shipping order slots. And we almost filled up both pages. I think we filled up 25 because we filled up the first page and then the second page only has 1 left. Yeah, we filled 25 post-con shipping orders, and that's not all apparel. A lot of those are Coffinita bags, and some of those are littler things like there's a sticker book we're sending out, there's some charms we're sending out, miscellaneous things like that. But most of them are apparel and Ita bags. Anyway, pretty good con, all things considered. Final thoughts. I love how it's raining right now in Seattle at this convention. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yippee! What do you think, Jess?
It's fun.
He says it was fun. It's funny because, so I brought my cousin Mimi here with us. Well, I didn't bring her. She took a bus up to hang out.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
She was saying how it didn't feel as busy as it did at AX last year because she came to help me at AX last summer. and she was saying how AX definitely felt busier. And I think at AX, it feels busier just because there's a lot of people, like it is busier, but that doesn't necessarily translate to busier sales. So I think having more people with less sales versus having less people with more sales kind of like balanced each other out, because this show ended up being better than AX. AX is now my 4th best show, I think. Yeah, because this show beat AX by like $500. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to say other than I really hope that I can come back to Seattle and do another show here. Either Emerald City again or Sakuracon again, even just like a smaller show. I'd be happy to do a smaller show here. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna figure out dinner. I'm so hungry. I guess that's all for now. Thanks for watching.